Khan is continuing now with his shoots. He's reached at the Big Boss sets to shoot the weekend episodes of the series, but this time with a massive security deployment around him. About 60 personnel joining him on set to ensure absolutely nothing goes wrong in the face of these multiple threats being issued against him.
One more threat for the Bhaijan. This time it was a message sent to the WhatsApp number of the Mumbai Traffic Police. Claiming to be a member of Lawrence Bishnoi gang, the message warned superstar Salman Khan that he'll meet an even worse fate than Baba Siddique's. The sender demanded 5 crore rupees from the actor if he wanted to stay alive and end the enmity with Lawrence Bishnoi. A complaint has been filed with the Worli police. Bhaijan is now in an even tighter security watch of Y+ category. Despite the threats, the Ekta Tiger star did not miss the shooting of Big Boss 18 weekend episode. On Thursday night, he left Galaxy apartment with his security entourage of 60 trained personnel and a police escort vehicle that now travels alongside his vehicle. A constable, trained in using all weapons, also accompanies him all the time. The security team with over 60 people and the superstar reached Film City's Big Boss sets late Thursday night. No outsider is allowed in the Big Boss compound without proper Aadhaar card verification. The show's team has also been asked not to leave the set till the shoot wraps up. He stayed in his designated chalet on the compound. The chalet is a specially designed 1 BHK with spacious rooms that can host almost 50 people in one go. It has all the basic amenities, from a gym and makeup room to facilities for his staff to cook his special diet food. Salman also has space to conduct meetings and a bedroom area for him to rest. The chalet has been designed to match Salman's style and has his portraits along with some of his paintings. While Mumbai police tries to track down the source of the latest threat message to ascertain its credible link to Lawrence Bishnoi gang, Bhaijan is carrying on with his work within tight security watch. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's bring in our reporters on this broadcast. We'll have Divir Singh with us in just a moment to talk about really how the Mumbai police is approaching this series of threats for Salman Khan. But let's also bring in Hesha Chima as well as Sana Farzino on this broadcast. Hesha, to you first. Salman Khan going about his business, continuing with his shoot. But we understand that there are massive steps for his security that have been taken even on set. He's in fact going to be there for 2 days, and we understand everyone who's part of the crew is not being allowed to go out, come back in, any of that.
Right. You know, well, that is true. Salman has been here since early morning this morning, and there is massive security over here. In fact, since I am right now at the moment at Film City, you can see the sets right behind me. We've gotten intel that he hasn't started shooting yet. So far, the security is only getting tightened as it's getting a little darker over here. In fact, there has been literally restricted movement all around over here. We've been asked to stay here. No cameras are allowed. Nobody's allowed to move without any proper accreditation. And in fact, since this shooting hasn't started and there's a delay that's been ongoing, we really don't know what's happening in there. He has been, waiting here since like almost this whole morning, and what we've been told is that he is going to be here till late night, and most likely Salman is not planning to go back to his house back in Bandra in Galaxy. So far what we do know is that we're waiting for the shoot to start, and Salman is right inside with, of course, proper security all over.
Okay,
over to you.
Sana, to you at this point, there's been in the last many days a lot that's shaken up Salman, of course, personally, and also now with these series of threats, he's clearly not letting it affect him. But there's also been no statement that's coming from the actor just yet about the death, the passing of his close friend of Baba Siddiqui, or for that matter, on all of these threats that seemingly are coming from the Bishnoi gang.
Absolutely. I think Salman and his entire family is trying to keep a brave front right now because a lot of fans have been looking up to them and their strength. Arbaz definitely spoke to us recently and he mentioned how the fans love, give them the support to fight during such hard times. Salman, of course, is yet to make any statement, and I don't think he will be making any statement in time to come. Of course, him being on the set just sets a proof. He wants to prove a point that nothing will stop him from working. Nothing will stop him from entertaining his fan. And I think him being on the Big Boss set is a big example and a big encouragement for all his fans that what may come, he will be there to entertain them.
Okay, I'd like to bring in Divyesh. Thanks, Hesha. Thanks, Sana, for joining us. Divyesh Singh is tracking the latest as far as the Mumbai Police's investigation is concerned. Even as Divyesh, there have been questions about whether there's a Salman Khan link to the killing of Baba Siddiqui, a fresh threat that's emerged for Salman. And this one has been sent across to the Mumbai Police. What details do we really have about this particular threat message? Do they really believe it's from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang? Because it seems like a ransom call at this point.
Well, the latest threat that has come to the Mumbai Traffic Police control room WhatsApp number. As of now, police are yet to confirm whether there is a Lawrence Bishnoi link to it. It does mention Lawrence Bishnoi. It does demand 5 crore ransom. But in the past also, there have been several such threat messages. There have been threats issued to Salman Khan, his father as well. There have been Ola cars that have been booked in name of Lawrence Bishnoi sent to Galaxy Apartment. And those, the investigation revealed those as people who wanted to play a prank, or they wanted publicity, or there was just mischief behind it. And all of them were booked, all of them were taken. There was police action taken in that as well. This case is also being probed by the Worli police station in Mumbai. But the threat does loom on Salman Khan. There is a threat to Salman Khan from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. In April, there was a firing. In Navi Mumbai, there was a plot of conspiracy that was brought to light where they wanted to attack Salman Khan at his farmhouse using sophisticated weapons like AK-47, M14, AK-92, Zigana pistols and whatnot. This time also in Baba Siddique's murder, a Turkish-made automatic pistol has been used. Same Turkish-made automatic pistol was used to gun down Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. So yes, there is a link to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, but whether this murder of Baba Siddique happened because of his friendship with Salman Khan, or was there some other reason, that is yet to be known, that is yet to be found out. The motive behind the murder of Baba Siddique is yet to be found out. It is a contract killing, that is for sure, that Baba Siddique was killed, and that was a contract killing that happened. But the motive behind that killing is yet to be found out.
So who gave that contract? Who wanted Baba Siddiqui dead is still a big question mark. Is it linked to his friendship with Salman Khan? Is it the Lawrence Bishnoi gang behind it? Is there some real estate angle? Look, at this point, we can all speculate, but the police are continuing the investigation. It's an ongoing probe, and details of that is still coming out. We're going to be focusing on the Baba Siddiqui investigation also in just a bit. Divyesh, thanks for those details. I just want to break down why right now there's a threat, an imminent one, to Salman Khan's life. One of the biggest superstars currently in the country is seeing this massive security blanket around him. His security now is the Y+ category security. That's the level of threat right now that agencies feel Salman Khan is facing. Why is that? First, because of the alleged Bishnoi link to the Baba Siddiqui murder. Baba Siddiqui was a close, long-time friend of Salman Khan. Lawrence Bishnoi gang has been constantly going after Salman Khan. So if there is a Bishnoi link to the Baba Siddiqui case, that directly brings Salman Khan once again into the spotlight. The second reason is that in the last 24 hours, there's been a ransom call that's been made to the Mumbai Traffic Police. And in this ransom call, they've said that Salman Khan will meet with a fate worse than that of Baba Siddiqui. Was this a prank call? Was it made just to garner some attention? Is it truly linked to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, as the caller stated? That's something that's right now under investigation. And considering these are all cases pending investigation, they can't leave anything to chance as far as Salmans Security is concerned. Remember that previously also there were recce's that were conducted by shooters, by alleged gang members at Salman Khan's farmhouse in Panvel. There are multiple arrests that have taken place even recently, even in the last 48 hours, with regards to this particular case of gang members who were involved in that conspiracy to target Salman Khan while he was at his farmhouse, where they believed that his security was minimal. The shooting at Salman's residence that happened months ago, it happened in April, where you had two bike-borne men shooting at his Galaxy apartment. And obviously that set off a whole amount of alarm. So much so that Salman at that point even bought a brand new bulletproof SUV for his protection. At that point too, his security was beefed up. But now, keeping in mind those threats and the latest developments, it's at an unprecedented high, perhaps the most for any Bollywood actor right now. And it's got the entire film industry on edge. Now, we're telling you about really the kind of security Salman Khan has while he's at the Big Boss set. He's currently there. He's saying he's not going to let any of this affect his work very clearly. But the last few days, the security at Salman Khan's residence at Galaxy Apartments in Bandra has also been significantly heightened following the murder of Baba Siddique and the threats, the open ones that have come in from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, who seem to be working right now actively in Maharashtra. There's a heavy police presence that's been deployed around the area to prevent essentially any potential threat to Salman Khan and to his family. He's been targeted by the gang in the past. You see where he lives on Bandra at the Galaxy Apartments. It's a structure that has minimal security, which is why cops are leaving nothing to chance.
Mumbai police is probing if there is a Salman Khan Bishnoi gang threat linked to Baba Siddiqui's murder. Was the Mumbai politician killed for close ties with Salman Khan, who has been on the radar of gangster Lawrence Bishnoi? Siddiqui's murder has put the spotlight on the superstar. With a threat perception high, Salman Khan has been given Y+ security cover. That includes a team of 8 to 10 armed policemen, some of whom travel with him. His movements are coordinated with local police stations, which secure the area before his arrival.
एक डेकोरम तो मेंटेन करते हैं ना सबके लिए, मिलते सबसे हैं, फोटो खिंचानी है तो हिसाब से तभी सिक्योरिटी रहती है पूरी, तो हिसाब से हम अरेंज करते हैं सब. फैन फॉलोइंग बढ़ने लगी और आज की तारीख में तो आप देखते हैं कि Y+ सिक्योरिटी भाई को थ्रेट भी है, तो हिसाब से तो अभी मुश्किल है बहुत काफी.
The actor's residence at Galaxy Apartments has also been fortified. Over 60 plain-clothed policemen have been stationed 24/7 around bandstand to monitor suspicious activity. AI-enabled high-resolution CCTV cameras equipped with facial recognition technology have also been installed. These cameras can detect individuals who pass by multiple times, raising an alert if the same face is captured more than 3 times, suggesting potential recce. A dedicated command center monitors the area round the clock. The scene around Galaxy Apartments now resemble a police barrack with security checkpoints at multiple locations and officers posted at strategic points. Visitors to the building are thoroughly screened, all identities recorded and checked before entry. No unauthorized individuals or fans are allowed to gather outside the apartment. With the hunt on for Baba Siddiqui murder accused and no clear motive established yet, Mumbai police are not making any chances with Salman Khan. With Divyesh Singh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
So for all of you wondering why is it that Salman Khan is facing this threat to his life, it dates back to a case that he's been facing for the last many years, since 1998. And because of the incident of the Black Buck killing case, which Salman Khan faces, gangster Lawrence Bishnoi has been after him. The bad blood with Salman is old, it's complicated, it stems from that particular case. Lawrence Bishnoi has been constantly demanding that Salman Khan issue an apology publicly for allegedly killing those black bucks. And that's because the Bishnoi community holds the black buck in high reverence. We'll get you also in just a bit a ground report explaining to you why the Bishnoi community worships the black buck. But first take a look at how Lawrence Bishnoi has been gunning for Salman Khan for the last many years.
Bollywood is once again in crosshairs of underworld. Superstar Salman Khan is facing death threats from the notorious Lawrence Bishnoi gang. After the chilling murder of NCP leader Baba Siddique, known for his friendship with Salman, Shah Rukh and a host of Bollywood A-listers, the security at Salman's home in Mumbai's Galaxy apartment in Bandra has been beefed up, with a no-visitor diktat issued by Khans.
The security outside Salman Khan's residence has also been beefed up. The police chowki that has been installed now, and also now at this right in front of Salman's residence. Also, there is one adjacent to it. Also, there are barricades that have been put up, and these people, the police personnel here, are trying to ensure that no vehicle really stops here for too long, and there's no crowding that happens. So, of course, every precaution is being undertaken by Mumbai Police.
In April 2024, the Lawrence Bishnoi gang claimed responsibility for firing outside Salman's residence. The gang had earlier even threatened Salman with a Sidhu Moosewala-like fatal strike. Salman, who was at his home during the firing, had called the attack unnerving. He said his family is troubled. Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi's bad blood with Salman stems from the 1998 black bug poaching case for which Salman Khan was convicted in 2018, although he was later granted bail. Bishnoi community holds the black buck in high reverence, believing it to be the reincarnation of their spiritual leader.
जब हम करेंगे तो पता लग ही जाएगा सलमान खान का करेंगे मारेंगे ही जोधपुर में मारेंगे तो पता लग जाएगा इनको अभी तो मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं बिना मतलब कोई इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं.
The feud first took a violent turn in 2022 when the gang planned an attack on Salman during the shooting of the film Ready. That same year, Salman received multiple threat letters, one ominously stating that, and I quote, "Death does not require a visa." In 2022, assassination of Punjabi singer and actor Sidhu Moosewala by Lawrence Bishnoi gang sent shockwaves across the country.
बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है सिद्धू को मारा बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई हैं सिद्धू मूसेवाला मरवाया बिश्नोई.
Bishnoi's gang had other select targets on the hit list too, including Punjabi singers AP Dhillon and Gippy Grewal. Both artists have faced threats and shots were fired outside their homes in Canada as intimidation tactics. With Vidya and Arvind Ojha, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's get you the latest on the investigation into the killing of NCP leader Baba Siddique. His son Zishan Sidiki, also a politician, has also met with the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar as well as Praful Patel, and this meeting happened at Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis's residence. Now this meeting has happened as Zishan Sidiki continues to fight for justice. Remember, a few days ago he broke his silence, saying the family is heartbroken, and has highlighted that they want justice. He doesn't want any unnecessary finger pointing or politics, and he maintains that Baba Siddiqui was targeted for fighting for the underprivileged and downtrodden. Yesterday, Zishan Sidiki also met with the Mumbai top cop. Now you've got a meeting with the Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis as well as Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, who belongs to the same party as Baba Siddiqui. Remember that the family seems to be hinting at a real estate angle, but we'll have to wait and watch to see what the Mumbai police really unearths in this case. All right, on that note, more breaking news that's coming in. All right, the latest update that's come in is that cops have arrested 5 more suspects in the murder case, in the murder of Baba Siddiqui. The suspects have been arrested from different parts of Maharashtra, from Karjat, from Panvel and from Dobivali. The arrested suspects allegedly provided weapons to the shooters. Now, the Glock pistol and the country-made weapon it's suspected were actually gotten from these 5 people who've been taken into custody. Now, what we understand is that most of these 5 accused who've been arrested right now belong to Maharashtra. They are locals who coordinated. So this isn't a small-time attack. This is a well-coordinated, planned attack that took place on Baba Siddiqui. There will be questions of why there were no intel intercepts of the fact that this was being plotted for the last many months. These 5 accused were the ones who met with the main accused, the shooters, provided them with the weapons, helped them with logistics and all of that. The question is, who was their handler? Was it someone from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang? Or is there a lot more here that meets the eye that's going on? The Mumbai police continues the investigation. Right now, they're tight-lipped on exactly who has triggered this attack and killing of Baba Siddiqui. We're going to continue, of course, getting you all the latest updates on the investigation into the murder of Baba Siddiqui and the latest on the series of threats issued to superstar Salman Khan. On the other side of a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime, I'm getting you the latest on the non-stop and rather worrying bomb hoax threats to airlines. 22 of them in a matter of 4 days. We've still not been able to crack exactly who sent these threats. Why is it so hard to figure that out? We'll answer that for you in just a bit.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini. Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. NDA announces seat sharing for Jharkhand polls, BJP to contest 68 seats while allies get 13. PM Modi to visit Russia for 16th BRICS summit from October 23rd to 24th. Supreme Court clears trial against Gurmeet Ram Rahim in 2015 sacrilege cases, lifts High Court stay.
Results day humiliation for our rivals. India Today smashes viewership charts. Unfake, unfuzzy, unfixed viewership. Zero landing equals viewership domination. Others bark, our viewership has bite. India's true #1 channel.
आम आदमी पार्टी ने बड़े बड़े वादे किए थे, प्रदूषण मुक्त दिल्ली बनाएंगे। आज यमुना की भी स्थिति देखो और दिल्ली गैस चेंबर बनी है, AQI लगातार गिरता जा रहा है। और क्या करती है आम आदमी पार्टी? दिवाली के फटाकों पर बैन, हिंदू त्योहारों पर तो प्रतिबंध लगा देती है, पर यहाँ पर देखिए ये स्मोक टावर जिस पर 23 करोड़ खर्च हुआ था, उस स्मोक टावर पर ताला लगा है। दिल्ली के जो अंदरूनी कारण है प्रदूषण के, चाहे वो व्हीकुलर पोल्यूशन, डस्ट, रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट पोल्यूशन, बायोमास बर्निंग, इसके लिए क्या किया 10 वर्षों में? कुछ नहीं, केवल भ्रष्टाचार के सफ़ेद हाथी खड़े किए।
पहले इतना कभी नहीं देखा हमने। 1998 के आसपास की जो दिल्ली थी, अब ये दिल्ली उससे भी बदतर हो गई है। आप सोचिए कि बीच के 15 साल जो सुधरी, जब इंडस्ट्रीज़ यहाँ से हटाई गई, जब क्लीन फ्यूल लाया गया और CNG इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया, तब दिल्ली में बहुत सुधार देखने को मिला। 300% पेड़ बढ़े, ये सब देखा 15 साल में होते हुए। लेकिन उसके बाद के जो 10 साल आए, जो 15 साल की मेहनत थी उस पर पानी फेर दिया और होता कुछ नहीं है। केंद्र सरकार राज्य सरकार को जिम्मेदार ठहराती है, राज्य सरकार पंजाब सरकार और हरियाणा सरकार को जिम्मेदार ठहराती है। फिर पंजाब में जीत जाती है तो उनको भी नहीं समझ में आता है आप किसको जिम्मेदार ठहराएं, अब वो हरियाणा को जिम्मेदार ठहरा रहे हैं। ऐसे थोड़े ही काम चलेगा।
Welcome back. There's been a shocking surge in bomb threats, all of them hoaxes that's rattled Indian aviation. Multiple flights targeted in recent days, and obviously it creates huge losses for the airlines. The Civil Aviation Ministry swung into action. Central agencies are now cracking down, trying to identify where these calls are coming from. Most of them are being posted on social media. So the central agencies are now roping in VPN service providers to actually trace the origins of where these threats are being put out. Remember that there have been 22 of these in the last 4 days. Unfortunately, 22 and counting.
Over 20 bomb threat calls in 4 days. And 4 days on, no leads on who is behind these hoax calls. Central agencies are set to approach VPN service providers in an effort to trace the origin of these hoax calls. Sources in Aviation Ministry revealed that many of these threatening calls have utilized VPN, which is further making the tracking process complicated. The Civil Aviation Minister, however, ruled out any wide conspiracy asserting that hoax calls are made by minors and pranksters.
No, I think these are all just rumors that are floating around. That we can't comment on that. But whatever we know right now, there are all individual people, most of them minors, who don't understand the whole idea of what they are doing, and they are creating this kind of inconvenience. But from our side, we are going to see what best we can do.
Centre is considering a number of steps, including bringing new legislation for hoax callers and putting the hoax callers on a no-fly list. On October 17, 5 Air India flights and 1 Indigo flight received bomb threats, following 3 similar incidents on October 16, 7 on October 15 and 3 on October 14. Alarmingly, 3 international flights were among those targeted. Air India's Mumbai-London flight, Indigo's Istanbul-Mumbai flight and Vistara's Frankfurt-Mumbai flight. Amid this, the Aviation Ministry is also studying the best model available globally to tackle the recent hoax pattern. Bureau Report, India Today.
So let's tell you what the government has done so far in their attempt to actually tackle and ensure that there's a deterrent so people don't take to social media putting up a flight number and saying that there's a bomb threat. First is that a new legislation will be brought in to tackle hoax callers, essentially ensuring stringent punishment so people think twice before going ahead and resorting to this kind of a step. The second action is that hoax callers will be put on a no-fly list for a substantial amount of time. These hoaxers will also be penalized heavily. The plan is that the hoaxers will be made to pay the price of the loss that the airline has suffered. This will include passenger expenses too. Now, this is what the government plans to do to counter these airline bomb threats. Remember that many of these announcements were made yesterday. It hasn't so far proved to be a deterrent. And that brings us to the question of why they've been struggling to really control or curb this. First, who is of course behind these hoax bomb threats? We still don't have any details about whether it's all linked or not. Why is it so very hard to actually nab the accused in this particular case? If there are multiple of them, to identify them using their social media accounts, how hard can it be? Is there a larger conspiracy behind these threats? The fact that in 4 days you've seen 22 flights receiving these threats leads to serious questions really about what the plan is, why is it happening right now, and why has it been happening consecutively for the last 4 days? Are all of these hoaxes connected? The government says no, they're not connected, they're completely stray incidents. But is there some common group in which there's some coordination happening that's leading to all of them resorting to the same modus operandi? Can this really just be prank calls allegedly being made by some minors on social media? Considering, like I said, everything doesn't really match up here with the fact that this is all happening in the last 4 days in a very similar manner. As far as who's done this is concerned, the only information that we have is that an IP address has been traced, which is an X handle called Shitzo Bomber 777. Now, obviously, this sounds like a made-up handle. Who exactly is handling this at this point? They're yet to figure it out. And the reason for that is because the IP address has been traced to London and to Germany. Now, there will be questions about whether that's been done to hide their real location as well. And you can do that, of course, online by changing your IP address and using multiple VPNs. The X handle that we're referring to, the Shih Tzu Bomber 777, actually tweeted 7 hoax threats so far of the 22 that have been received. And this X handle used multiple VPNs for airline hoax threats, which is why it's become largely difficult for authorities to clamp down or identify exactly where it's come from and the source. Now, there are 2 agencies that have been roped in, which is I4CI and CERT-IN, which are essentially, cyber awareness groups that have been roped in for their expertise in really unmasking the X user here. Can they actually do it is the big question right now, because so far they've been struggling to narrow down and zero down on exactly who's done it. And to explain why this is so hard, I'm joined by Kanishk Gaur, technology expert here on 6 p.m. Prime. Kanishk, thanks very much for joining us. Good evening. What's been happening in the last 1 week is extremely worrying for Indian aviation, for all of us. If we're planning to board a flight, there's always a concern. What if such a bomb threat is issued? But the question I'm asking right now, Kanishk, is that, look, most of these threats have been issued on social media, and you'd think it's very easy to kind of track down someone on social media once they post it on a handle. Why has it been so difficult for authorities to actually zero in on who's running these X handles?
Thank you for inviting me. The reason why it is difficult is because there is a VPN which is masking the location of the actual perpetrator. The use of the VPN is to guard the IP address. So when the VPN comes in, it hops on to different locations. In this scenario, it is hopping on to London and the other location which you mentioned. So the issue is getting this information from the VPN service provider. There could be another layer to it if someone's using a Tor browser, which has a onion relay link. There could be multiple other locations and multiple other IP addresses. Now, the 2 agencies that you have mentioned are not basically investigative agencies. They are law enforcement agencies, the MHA I4C division, which has been made as a nodal organization for tracking cyber criminal activity in India as per the section of the IT Act. The second agency is Computer Emergency Response Team in India, which is also a regulatory body, and it came up with a certain guidelines in June 2022, where all the VPN service providers were required to store information of users up to 5 years. So
but it's also worrying, isn't it, Kanishk? It's a bit worrying that, there's this kind of threats coming in, which affect so many of us. And yet, Kanishk, if you can hear me, this is extremely worrying. It is concerning that authorities are struggling so much to clamp down on what seem to be stray incidents, at least, on incidents of minors who seem to be issuing these threats. So you'd think that these aren't experts, they aren't hardened cyber criminals. And yet it's so hard to track them down. Surely there must be a mechanism that makes it easier, because you tend to wonder, if there can't be a crackdown on cyber crime like this, then how really can you control minor ones? All right, I don't think I have Kanishk with me there. We'll reconnect with him to answer that question. But like I said, a lot of questions that come up on why, if these are just minor pranksters who seem to be following a trend of issuing threats, why has there been no crackdown whatsoever? Why have none of them been identified at this point? We're going to continue tracking this very, very closely. But let's move now to a big news break coming in. And here on India Today, yesterday we had put out the big Operation Concert Sting investigative report by India Today, and Diljit Dosanjh has now shared India Today's expose. Our investigative report has been shared by Diljit Dosanjh, who's now used it to send out a message, say beware of fake tickets. Remember, India Today had exposed how for the Illuminati tour, there are black marketeers who are making the most of the Diljit craze, who are targeting die-hard Diljit fans and sharing and selling them fake tickets. So now Diljit, referring to our investigative report,